When survival demands sacrifice, crossing the river becomes more than just a journey, it becomes destiny. Set in a war-torn land divided by conflict, over the Red River follows a small group of refugees who must cross the infamous Red River to escape an approaching army. The river is not just a barrier of water, it is a symbol of death, as countless lives have been lost in its treacherous currents. Leading the group is Eric, a former soldier haunted by his past, who now carries the burden of protecting innocent lives. Alongside him is Alira, a fearless mother determined to save her child, and Darren, a young deserter seeking redemption. Together, they outwit enemy scouts, survive natural dangers, and face their own inner demons. As they struggle through betrayal, sacrifice, and impossible choices, the Red River becomes more than just an obstacle. It transforms into a test of loyalty, courage, and the will to live. The true question remains: who will make it to the other side, and who will the river claim forever? As night falls, the refugees find themselves hunted not only by soldiers but also by the wilderness itself. Wolves stalk their camp, food runs scarce, and the freezing waters of the river grow deadlier with every passing hour. Each member of the group carries a secret, secrets that, if revealed, could shatter their fragile trust. Eric, haunted by visions of the men he killed in battle, begins questioning whether he is worthy of leading them. Alira hides a map her husband died protecting, which may reveal a safe passage across the river. And Darren, the young deserter, secretly carries stolen enemy codes that could either save them or doom them all if discovered. When betrayal erupts within their ranks, the group must decide: risk the crossing together or break apart in fear. The Red River becomes the stage of their ultimate trial, a roaring torrent of blood, fire, and sacrifice. In the end, crossing the river is not just about survival. It's about redemption, forgiveness, and the courage to face the unknown. The Red River has long been cursed in legend, its waters stained red by the blood of countless battles. Locals believe that anyone who dares to cross without sacrifice will be swallowed by the current, their souls bound to the river forever. The film opens with villages burning. Eric, once a feared soldier, now leads a small band of survivors, farmers, children, and widows, seeking freedom on the far side of the Red River. Among them is Alira, a mother carrying her sick child, and Darren, a young deserter who knows secret enemy routes. Their path is filled with danger: ambushes from enemy patrols, betrayals within their group, and the unforgiving wilderness. At night, they hear whispers along the riverbank, voices of the dead calling out. As tensions rise, they discover that the Red River isn't only a natural barrier, but also a graveyard of lost souls from centuries of war. When resources run thin, fear drives the group apart. Darren's stolen codes are revealed, making him both a traitor and a savior. Alira's map shows a hidden crossing, but it demands entering the river at its most dangerous point. To survive, someone must stay behind to hold off the pursuing army. Eric, burdened by his bloody past, chooses to sacrifice himself so the others can cross. As the survivors wade into the roaring waters, enemy soldiers unleash fire from the cliffs. The Red River runs crimson once again. Alira clings to her child, Darren redeems himself by saving others, and the remaining refugees fight against both current and fear. One by one, they vanish into the mist, leaving the audience uncertain who truly made it across. The final shot shows the river calm at dawn. On the far bank, faint silhouettes emerge, tired, broken, but alive. Yet as the camera pans back to the water, Eric's reflection appears, smiling before fading into the current. His spirit, it seems, has become part of the river's eternal guardians. The movie begins in a land torn apart by civil war. Villages are reduced to tosches, and soldiers hunt down anyone fleeing. The Red River divides the land, one side ruled by tyranny, the other whispered about as a land of freedom. Crossing it is nearly impossible. Eric, a hardened ex-soldier, reluctantly takes leadership of a small group of survivors. Among them are Alira, a mother whose husband died protecting a mysterious map; Darren, the deserter carrying stolen enemy codes; Old Kova, a wise elder who believes the river is alive; Mira, a young orphan who sees visions in her dreams. The refugees march through forests and ruins, facing starvation and enemy patrols. At night, Mira dreams of the river speaking in whispers, warning them that blood must pay for passage. The group argues whether this is superstition or truth. As tension rises, they encounter another band of survivors who seem willing to help. But soon betrayal unfolds. Those strangers are spies, leading soldiers straight to them. In the chaos, Old Kova is killed, his last words: "The river chooses who may cross." At the river's edge, fear and desperation consume the group. The waters flow thick and red under the moonlight. Darren admits the truth. He once fought on the tyrant's side and deserted only after committing terrible crimes. He offers to sacrifice himself to atone, but Eric refuses. Instead, he devises a plan. He will distract the soldiers while the others attempt the crossing. The group begins their perilous journey into the raging current. The soldiers attack. Eric fights with all his might on the shore, buying precious time. Elira carries her child through the waves while Darren shields them, taking arrows meant for others. One by one, the refugees vanish into the mist of the far shore at dawn. Elira wakes on the far bank with only a handful of survivors. The child lives, and Darren, wounded but alive, kneels beside them. The survivors weep in both grief and relief. The camera lingers on the Red River, now calm. The reflection of Eric appears for a moment, standing tall in the water before fading. The legend of the river deepens. It does not just take lives, it keeps the souls of the brave. The Red River is more than water, it's a living scar of history. Centuries ago, a great battle turned the waters crimson with blood. Since then, people believe the river remembers every soul lost, demanding a sacrifice for anyone who dares to cross. Local legends whisper that those who drown there never truly die. They become shadows bound to the current, forever watching. Eric, the fallen soldier haunted by his past, he seeks redemption by guiding innocents to freedom. His leadership is tested when he must choose between mercy and survival. Elira, the mother her sick child, represents hope for the future. Her determination forces her to grow from a fearful survivor into a fierce protector. Darren, the deserter, a young soldier who abandoned the army after seeing its cruelty. His guilt eats him alive, but the journey offers him a chance at redemption. Mira, the orphan, she has visions tied to the river, sometimes showing death, sometimes salvation. Her innocence gives the group faith when hope is lost. As they march, they uncover ruined villages and battlefields. Myra's visions grow darker. She sees Eric drowning before they even reach the river. Elira discovers that her husband's map marks not just a crossing, but also a burial ground of warriors at the river's edge. Suspicion builds. Does the map guide them to safety or to sacrifice? When the group finally reaches the Red River, they realize the water is not naturally red. It glows faintly, as if stained by blood that never fades. Eric off.